Welcome to the Church of Thomas. Non-Compliance, 8/27/10. Now, non-compliance can apply to a lot of different venues. Medical, my advice, the advice of Jesus, Scripture, the advice of people that you respect. When you seek advice, especially from me, I don't expect you to take it. I'm giving it as an offering, as a gift. If you don't use it, that's your business. But non-compliance does have its price. If it is a medical non-compliance, that would be a doctor has said, you have diabetes, if you do not cut back on your fat, your salt, your sugar intake, and if you don't take this insulin, then you are going to go blind, you're going to lose your feet, and you're going to have nerve pain throughout your body, and you do not do it, you have chosen the option. There are consequences for the non-compliance in medicine. There's another way of looking at non-compliance in medicine. If you are given a series of antibiotics by the doctor, and we're assuming you're not allergic to it. If you are, then obviously you need to talk to your doctor about it. Don't keep taking it just because he or she told you to. But if you are getting better and you're taking an antibiotic and you stop, there is a more long-range non-compliance repercussion that can happen. And that is that the microorganism that you're trying to kill will not totally be killed off. Some part of that population will survive, and not only survive, but often acquire a resistance to whatever drug you were taking. As a result, there is a huge amount of drug-resistant antibiotic bacteria out there. And I predict this is probably going to get to be a much more complicated situation because of transplants, AIDS, people with immune suppression therapy going on are reservoirs of diseases that are resistant because they can't help the antibiotic to kill off these organisms. So we're going to be seeing a lot of things like tuberculosis and hepatitis, strep, staph infections, and they're going to get worse. And this is one of the more community-wide repercussions of you choosing not to take your antibiotic. Not taking my advice would be if you have come to me for counseling and have said, this person that I'm with is treating me really bad, I feel horrible all the time, I'm not worth anything, and I tell you that you deserve more. I tell you that you deserve love. I tell you that this is something you need to consider getting out of. And 6 months later you come back with the same desire for counseling from me, but you did not take the advice. I can give the advice, but it is up to you to act on it if you think it is in your best interest. I will continue to try and help, but I can see if there is a non-compliance that my advice may be falling on deaf ears. You're just coming for company, and if that's all I can provide, then fine. Scripture provides a different kind of non-compliance. There have been rules set out. The 10 Commandments: don't kill, don't steal, don't try and take what other people have, limit your worship of God to one God, don't worship things or money, don't swear. Now, by swearing, it is saying that you will do something by virtue of having been witnessed by a higher power. You are swearing on God. You are swearing on a text called the Bible or the Quran or the Old Testament. You are creating a structure that says that You will accept the consequences of your actions if you negate your contract, having sworn to do something, because this higher power is involved. Then you have that repercussions going on. God has asked us not to swear on anything. That our word be our word, and our yes be a yes, and our no be a no. It's like lying or telling the truth. You have the choice, but there's a consequence depending on which one you choose. Here is a verse that I think is important to understand, that even when we think that we know what's best, God still does know better. And it's Reconciler Gospel of Thomas, verse 36. Jesus said, "If you trust the one, you will have no desire to think about what you will wear, or your needs are known." That's echoed in the New Testament as well. Basically, if you follow the rules, the requirements that God has asked us to do, and the advice that Jesus has given to love each other as I have loved you, then we are in compliance. The other things that will happen are that we will be blessed by God because we are trying our best to learn to treat each other with respect and love and to forgive. If we don't, then there are non-compliant passages here in the contract. And one of them is, however you judge somebody, you will be judged by God. If you are a giving, caring person, your actions speak for how God lives in your heart. If God is living in your heart, it flows naturally that you will want to help people, keep bad things from happening, to intervene when you see bad things happening. Non-compliance of that is you're going to live in a world that doesn't have this kind of solace, love, comfort. You may not be able to stop everything, but you are doing your best, and you will be blessed by God for doing these things. Non-compliance also has a repercussion in that at some point God will judge you. And when that happens, all the things that you have done in your life that have injured, taken from, murdered, adulterated something will come back to haunt you. So if you would like your world, your judgment in the future, to be a good one, then make your peace with the rules and become compliant with what God is asking. God bless the whole world, no exceptions. Angel Eliza.